Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, I want to be a little bit clear, a bit of a disclaimer here. In the wake of things like Ubisoft Quartz and other shenanigans by companies run by people who don't, who have marketers in charge and not developers, I do want to state the following. Disclaimer. NFTs, crypto, just anything built on blockchain technology right now is not very likely to be successful. Why is this? Well, the fact of the matter is blockchain technology is built on a few different things. It's built on speed. It's built on anonymity. And it's built on decentralization. And what does that mean? Well, the way a blockchain works is, for those who are unaware, it's if you've ever downloaded something, a torrent off the internet, using uTorrent or some other kind of client or similar, it works similar to that. Or for people who have not done any of those things, a good example of this would be, say, hypothetically, multiple wheels on a car. So, like, imagine a truck, an 18-wheeler, if you will. Now, imagine each pair of wheels has its own motor that syncs up with the rest of the motors, and then by virtue of all of these things working in sync, they go faster. Whenever you add another set of wheels on connected to an engine to it, it goes even faster. This is sort of how the blockchain works. You have a bunch of different computers all connected to it at the same time, and all of them have little pieces of each transaction and are processing those in tandem, which allows for things to get done much quicker. That being said, for the main reason why I say that crypto, blockchain, and all the anything built under a blockchain technology is probably not going to be very successful, at least right now, is because, frankly, for systems like that to be successful, they can't belong to anybody, They can't be, a company can't necessarily profit off of it the same way they would, any other kind of product. Which is where I want to kind of bring this to gaming. It's going to be very, very difficult in the long run for any company that, has the desire to, maybe not to bring it to gaming. I'll make that a second episode after this one. But to be clear, the fact of the matter is that there will, as long as companies want to have total control over a thing, they're not going to be able to make these work. Because the glory of blockchain technology is that anybody can build into it and make it better and things of that nature, and people can fork it and do it's a glory. It's basically, from a developer standpoint, open source infrastructure. If you can, if your stuff is popular enough, your product can be built up by the people who are, want to be a part of that blockchain. And that's amazing. One of the things tech companies could maybe do with this type of technology is that they could, release, a game, let's say a piece of software that is basically run through the blockchain. And whenever you want to do stuff or anything, it goes through the blockchain. It's all handled there. But because you have, say, a million, say 500,000 to 1 million people on at any given point, that processing is taken care of. It, in theory, has the capacity to make, infrastructure costs not be a thing anymore. blockchain technology also has the capacity to make it so data and information and all that can be transferred between systems much more easily. It can one company can have their systems locked into the blockchain and are able to receive data from people without as more of a unified set. Now, obviously, you can do that with something like JSON files and JSON data structures, but this would be tied to an actual person, so there's actually so it's harder to mess with, because it's locked in, as it were. Which is why I like things such as the Polygon network, which has, on top of minting, an owner, like the name of the damn thing and a transactional ID. There's also a bunch of other metadata that's included as well to, show proof of ownership and give value to these things. Now, most of these are just used for shitty pictures at this point, but in the future, blockchain technology will be like how a lot of, as the world kind of becomes less stable due to older generations being fuckheads, this will be kind of what the Web 3.0, like the internet as we have today, very well might disappear, and Web 3.0 will be what we have, and it'll be through just the luxury of having all these computers working together in tandem, and that's how you have Web 3.0, having pieces of websites and pieces of the internet distributed throughout hundreds of thousands, millions of computers and CPUs. I am getting a little bit rambly here because it's, the idea of blockchain technology is so foreign to just our current concepts. Like, it's a community thing. Blockchain technology can't belong to anybody. The problem is that, investors see all this money being made in the NFT and crypto space and think they can harness it for themselves. But if blockchain technology truly is going to be successful outside of like a meme, like dude bro space and be actually useful for the wider public, it's not going to, a handful of people are not going to be able to profit off of it. It is, by its very design, made to be for everybody. And, the sooner we as a society realize that about it, the sooner, like, not the society, but sooner, like, the business community realizes that is either which is the most unlikely option, is that they're going to like support it in that sense. What's more likely is they're going to realize, oh, this is a threat to our power and we're going to kill all uses of this, which they'll try to do. I'm interested to see what will happen. At the end of the day, I think blockchain technology is interesting. I think it is absolutely a way to have a quote-unquote fair and free internet again, and sort of get big companies, big institutions, big entities off our, like, out from being able to control everything. Web 3.0 will, I think, be the Wild West again. It's just, I just don't think that we're going to see it for a long time, because a lot of these companies and their shareholders really do want to own that crypto and that blockchain wealth for themselves, which I understand. Like they're so far removed from the plate of us that they don't understand how damaging and how futile that is. If they want it, they can have it, and that's what they think. So it'll be interesting to watch them struggle until eventually somebody tells them in a way they can understand that for this to be actually profitable and actually successful, you're not going to be able to reap any of the benefits of it. We'll see.